am now.
You are now?
Yeah.
So all day long.
Okay.
All day long.
Oh, great.
I got a turkey sandwich for lunch.
Yeah.
Didn't go get my normal mozzarella sticks and side salad from Tony's because I was like, no, we're gonna have good pizza tonight.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna get it.
Right.
Texted you, hey, you got the pizza? Because I'm being lazy. It's being delivered to the pharmacy before I leave.
Right.
You wanted Papa John's. I was like, all right. You say you like it better than Pizza Hut.
Well,
I mean, all the way home with the pizzas.
Yeah.
And you got the daggone
regular
yucky crust.
The regular crust, the Papa John's crust.
It's not thin and crispy.
And I know that now, and it was not specified that the thin and crispy was supposed to be part of it.
That's what we've been eating for the last 2 years.
Well, it is. Yes, we've been getting the Pizza Hut thin and crispy.
And I thought you wanted to try the Pizza Hut pub pizza or whatever their new pizza was. So
We've had it. It was had all the extra seasonings on it. It was a little too much, but it had the nice cup pepperoni.
I didn't remember us having it. I had it at work. I got it for the girls at work.
Yeah, we had it. We had it right after it came out. All right.
So I ate salad because I can't do that big pizza like that.
The big thick, the hand tossed, the Papa John's signature crust.
Yeah.
Original crust.
It gets stuck in my throat or something.
I get it.
And
it's kind of hard after having that real New York thin slice at the state fair.
Let's just say I am not happy and I am not full and I want freaking pizza.
All right. I'm sorry. Well, you know what? I got it in the freezer still. I still have Totino's party pizzas, which do have to come out crispy. Those are in the air fryer. 12 minutes in the air fryer comes out perfect.
Y'all, he either burns the pizza or orders the wrong kind. What am I going to do with him? Anyway.
Hey, I'm trying here.
Anyway.
Well, I mean,
I tried. Disappointed. I've been waiting all day for that
tried to order that pizza last night, by the way. When they're closed, you can't
order.
You can't do the online schedule. You can order, but you can't schedule it. It'll do it. It doesn't give you the opportunity to schedule the time. It kind of stinks, but it says you can do it from 3 days out. It didn't make sense. Anyway, I got it ordered at 1 o'clock when I got home.
Mm-hmm. So ordered the wrong thing.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, y'all. 29 years. I should know. I'm totally joking.
Damn.
But I was really, really looking forward to that
I know.
pizza.
There have been many a meal that has been blown in some way or another by me.
Not just you, me too. But
well,
I was really looking forward to that pizza. So anyway. All right. Let's go.
Let's go. It's the Sam
and M
podcast, episode number 43. It's Richard Petty Show. Brought to you by CoinShot Catering Company, Miles Carpet Cleaning, Harlow Photography, Caribbean Pools and Spas, CMIT Solutions, The Outer Banks, ToyotaTower.com, and Sanctuary Vineyards Curry Shuck 2024. Find us at samwalkerobxnews.com, on your favorite podcast app, on the YouTube and Facebook. And make sure you're liking and sharing. Follow, subscribe, hit the bell, and 5 stars. We didn't finish up the comments from last week about me and massaging the algorithm. You only mentioned it. You didn't go into it. So in the shout-out segment, you're going to have to explain what the conversation was, all right? So thanks for everybody for joining us. As always, it is anniversary week here, week 20, year 29. See, we celebrate 2 anniversaries in the span of a month.
Right.
Now, I'm the one that when we met, but see, I'm the one who makes the big deal about when we met, which was year 33 this year.
Yes.
And then we had the wedding anniversary the following month, 5 weeks later. But I'm the one who always makes a big deal about the meeting part. So, anyway, are you okay with this? Is this working?
No. All of a sudden, I actually woke up this morning after and was like, I felt all day long. I was like, I feel so rejuvenated. I have really gotten a good night's sleep. And that's the first time I've yawned all day. So I guess our love story is boring to me. Not really. I'm just kidding. I'm full of the jokes tonight.
Wow.
It's not. I don't know why I yawned
right then. It's going to be the
right
Beat on Sam show.
No. No, I said
Yeah.
our love story,
Oh,
so
yeah,
that would
okay.
be beating on both of us.
True.
So,
Yeah.
you know.
Sleep has been a very integral part of of our relationship. Meaning, I sleep like nothing, and I'm good. I sleep 4 hours, and I'm good to go. Now, I'm not
Mhm.
going to lie. That 4 hours yesterday, and doing the state fair, and driving home was a bit of a struggle. I'm not going to lie. And then it was a good night's sleep. Yeah, you got the good night's sleep, but you were asleep by 8:30,
Yeah.
and
I don't think I even woke up
No.
one time until 5. I woke up at 5,
Yeah.
and then I looked at the clock, and I was like, oh, I still have 2 more hours till my alarm
Right.
goes off.
and then I was awake right up at 6.
Yeah, and you had your phone on, and
But see, here's the thing: I have my phone on, but there's no sound because I had the headphones on.
but I still
My headphones haven't come yet. I'm a little disappointed. All right, shout outs. Do we have any shout out? What do you got on shout out side of things for you?
shout out.
Yes.
Donna Walton.
Our friend in Dallas.
Yes.
Our Run
Look
Disney
what
friend.
came, y'all. It is the Disney Sipper.
Yes.
This one is from Disney World.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
now I
I
gotta.
do.
Oh wait. Okay. So that's where you put the drink in, but here's how you actually.
Okay, you got the drink.
Oh wait. Hold on. Let me do this
Oh, okay,
right.
so that's where the drink goes in.
Yeah, but hold on.
All right, we have to describe this now. What is her character's name?
I don't know.
It's the character Bette Midler plays in Hocus Pocus. But it's Minnie as that character, and I can't remember. What is Bette Midler? All right, got to search.
And then you said you. This would hold so much soda, so much
Oh, my
whatever.
God, so sticky.
Yeah. But anyway, she was amazing and got us this and sent it to us. So it matches.
Yeah, all right.
So it matches our Disney.
Winifred.
Yes, Winifred.
Winifred.
That's right.
She is Winifred. And so it's a Minnie as Winifred with the full-on Divine Miss M hair.
Yes.
So that goes with the Disneyland Mickey popcorn holder.
That my friend Patty and her daughter Katie got us at Disneyland.
Yep.
And with that one, we also made a donation to Kelsey's Hope, which
Yeah.
anyone can do at any time.
Right.
We have our link in there, but that's a Kelsey's Hope was a donation to their fundraising. Also, just awesome friends.
Yeah.
So anyway, and Donna, I got to think of something good to send to Texas. So I'm
know.
working on it. You sent me a beautiful jewelry, a beautiful card, some bracelets that we wore.
Right.
I just love Donna. I just can't tell you how much meeting her in Indiana at that race and then
Right.
just following her and meeting up at different races since then. It's just it's just so cool. I just love her.
She's
She's
a
a gem. She's
Yeah.
she's a gem.
and
so.
she was our she had me running in the tutu back
Yes.
at Springtime Surprise. And the funny thing, we always meet up outside the expo every year. But then we got to go hang out with her
Yeah.
at Raglan Road last year and we're back in the spring and all that. So, yeah, Donna's
Yeah.
become a good friend.
I would love to do. She just is a traveling
Oh, my
woman.
gosh. Her
And
travels.
she,
Wow.
yeah, her travels are awesome. And she, a couple things I'd like to do with her. I would love to go do. She hikes, also does like
Right.
major trails and stuff. So I would love to. There's a group of women she does with. So I'm like so self-inviting myself on a trip. But I would love like they did like Grand Teton.
Yeah.
They did like. I would love to go and hike with them and it would be cool. She does that. She went to Belize. She went to Spain. Like she travels. She just is like no stone unturned. And I love it.
Mhm.
I absolutely love it. So she's got a great story too. And she's just a great person. So I love it. So love you, Donna. And
Yep.
thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much.
And
Another addition to the we don't really have a lot of Halloween decorations that are parks oriented. We have a pretty stout decorations around the house. We got the outside with the Mickey candy corn out on the end of the dock,
which
and
Tiffany Arbogast gave that a big shout out yesterday.
Yes.
She sent me a message. She said, we love it.
and then the Grogu
Mhm.
up by the shoreline, up on the shore here. That Mickey. Oh, I don't have a picture available of it. That's easy to find. that Mickey has gone through some struggles because of the Fuzzy Bill invasion earlier in September, or earlier this month, and I had to literally go in and take it apart and clean out the fan inside it because it was just caked with fuzzy bills. And I think that's what, again, it has a hard time because it's 9 feet tall, and the top of it, and out
it's
here,
a candy corn.
It's a candy corn. So it's a big triangle. It's shaped with Mickey ears. Lights up at night. It's really cool. It does not want to stay upright like it should. Now, part of that is the wind blows out of southwest, it's going to tilt forward. When it blows out of the northeast, it's going to tilt backwards. That's the only two winds we get here. But the fuzzy bills have been eating that fan up, filling that fan up. And so I got to go out there, I think, and go suck it out one more time or go take it apart and get it all out.
I thought you had texted.
I think I did, but
I was just trying to look. I'm
thinking Facebook just because of trying to show it on the screen. That's
right.
Because there's so much on there right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can
anyway.
find it. Yep.
So anyway, when we were in Louisville.
Yes.
I'm saying it right. Louisville.
Okay. Yes. Explain
so
to me why me talking about over and over about the sharing and liking the show.
It's how you use
and manipulating the algorithm.
It just sounds really freaky. It just sounds weird. It sounds like
it's double entendre.
Well, not just that. It just sounds weird. You say it. It's like it's weird how you say the word.
Okay.
I don't know how to
massage the algorithm.
It just sounds weird. And then one week you added something like the week before you had added something other than just massaging. It was very like
manipulate.
It was very ick. So
it was the ick factor.
Yeah.
Something I wanted to show you.
To be known.
Yeah.
I do love to go and have a good massage now.
Yeah.
Just for the record. I love it.
Right.
I love it. But
yes,
the way you're using the word, it just doesn't sound right. So
that's
let's not
where
use
it came from.
It was ick.
Okay, it's the ick factor.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Did want to go back on one of our shows here. This was our show we did live in Asheville last month, the week before Helene. Something I caught I've been meaning to bring it up. The photo that we used for the thumbnail for that episode. If you look in the background, that is the Thomas Wolfe house.
Yes, we discussed that.
Okay, you see that tree that's right over top of your head? Mm-hmm. That tree fell into the house. I've seen a picture of it there. That did some pretty significant structural damage.
Wow.
So, yeah, I caught that a story, just do it in my laps around on socials and all the different news outlets here in North Carolina, that it dawned on me we had a photo of that tree 1 week before that happened.
I think it was 2 weeks.
No, it was 1 week. We were there the week before. Yep. We left Thursday. It hit the following Thursday. We were there exactly 1 week before Helene. So yeah, I just want to catch that. So those of you who have watched that show, when we did it, we were at the hotel right next door. Outside, we had the cameo by Dr. Bagwell and his wife during the show.
Yeah.
We were literally out there on the patio outside of the meeting halls doing that show. That was pretty cool. We're going to try to do that more often. Some of those on the road with the podcast on the roads. I like that. I've got the in-home equipment and the portable equipment.
Oh, Lord, y'all. We're in trouble. We are in trouble.
All right.
So anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Any more shout-outs?
No, I think that's all I have for today.
Yeah. I did want to shout out Tony Lombardi. I talk about walkingangler.com and his great website, which does a great job on fishing here on the Outer Banks. We've talked all about Helene. That's all we focus on. Milton did just as much to Florida. Their house took a foot of water down in Cape Coral. Took a foot of water.
They lived at the
They live in Southern Shores. They have a house in Cape Coral.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. And they took a foot of water. The only thing they lost really was their pool heater and pool pump, which considering, still a foot of storm surge. But he said every dock down there, he sent me some photos today of some of the boats that are just piled up on the docks there. He said between Milton and Helene and the storm surge from it, pretty much every dock and pier and ramp on the Gulf Coast has been destroyed.
So I'm assuming you would have to. The process would be, one, you would get an adjuster to look at it, or you take pictures of it.
Yeah, well, I'm not just talking about private. I'm talking about the public access, too, but yeah.
Can I finish?
Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
So I'm assuming you would have to, that's where the process would start. You would start with pictures or having someone come and look at it.
Yeah.
Then you would have to have someone come and clean that out and clear the area of all the debris.
Right.
And then, or you do it yourself, one or the other, but you have to get the area cleaned.
Right.
Then I'm assuming you have to go through CAMA permits.
Yeah.
And then you can go through county permits.
Yeah.
Then you can find someone to build it.
Right.
And then hopefully you get it built and it passes all inspections.
Yes. Yeah.
Is that correct?
Pretty much. Yeah, it is. And that's for here when things like that happen. CAMA will do expedited permits. They will do blanket permits where they will go ahead, because the way that works, boy, we can get in the weeds on this one.
Well, let's keep it on the surface.
We'll try. Is that you will go through when you apply for, there's two different type permits, a CAMA minor and a CAMA major. CAMA minor, it all depends on what you're doing. Like for a dock replacement, you do a CAMA minor. That's much easier to go through. It's cheaper. But they'll do blanket permits. So the town or the county that you're in, if a disaster has been declared, will then get a sort of blanket permit. So they will have the CAMA permits, and you will just go through your local zoning office.
And I'm assuming you're just basically building to what you had. You're not going to build it.
That's where the difference between minor is repair or replace. Major is when you get, or can get into, and it depends on length and all that stuff, but then you get into adding to it. Okay. If you go into it, if you're going to build a new, like, I'm assuming what happened with the dock we have, that dock, if you've ever seen photos of it, there's a telephone pole out way off the end of it. The dock that's here now, that dock actually went all the way out and surrounded that, had a T around that pole. Irene destroyed it. It was rebuilt, and then I think it was rebuilt again. It was rebuilt not all that long ago at a shorter distance. Because it was a shorter distance, they didn't have to go through the process with CAMA and the Corps of Engineers, because this is a navigable waterway, so you get the Corps of Engineers involved too. Okay. There's a whole thing. But when you get a disaster declaration, that changes things. But yeah, you would have to go through all that, and it ain't gonna be cheap. Because, I mean, building materials are where they are, labor's where they are, demand down there, what it's going to be like.
Well,
I mean,
I'm just thinking maybe we could pack up Ian, Eli, all the boys and be like, hey, go down.
Go down and build docks in Florida. Or go down and go out there and look at how the deck, though. Don't have me do it, because if you look at the first first segment, it goes this way, then it goes this way, then it's a zigzag.
Will McSpadden was like, it's driving me crazy. Does insurance cover that? Docks usually?
Oh, if you could probably, but I can't imagine how much the policy would cost or something like that. Yeah. But, something about, we were talking about before the show, Governor Cooper came out and announced $53 billion, $53 billion with a B is the damage estimate for North Carolina from Helene. One thing that was noted in all the coverage, 90% of the properties and homes that were damaged or destroyed did not have flood insurance. 90%. And it was not something to be required to. I'm surprised 10% had it up there, honestly. We just literally got our renewal from Neptune Flood, who's our flood insurance company, through Bass Knight Moran down in Nags Head. What did I say was $20? I think it was $2,300 for our flood insurance this year.
I don't know. But that's all escrowed, right?
Escrow. Thank you, escrow. Yeah.
But yeah, that's interesting, because all of our rates went up even though we hadn't been hit because of Charlotte. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
And you got right now in the middle of the process for the homeowners insurance increase, or the latest homeowners insurance request, and then there's all that. Consent to rates is why our stuff is shot up so much in so many places, where the insurance companies can you consent for them to set a rate, and they like to hit us hard when we don't have the majority of the claims out here. All the claims were in Raleigh and Charlotte, now Asheville.
Yeah, this would be interesting.
Our part of the corner of the state has nothing, literally. Yeah. I mean, part of that's because we're built the way we're built.
Well,
so, anyway.
Anyway, so so.
But it was just, Tony had sent me that stuff today, and we were talking about that. Ricky Henderson. You don't know who Ricky Henderson is. The all-time stolen base leader in Major League Baseball history. Hall of Famer. Ricky B. Ricky. He always referred to himself in the third person. He was down at Avon Pier this week fishing.
Oh.
Caught a nice puppy drum. They posted a picture on their Facebook page. And actually, they said he had actually helped a bunch of folks. He loves to go fishing. And I'd seen somewhere, I did a little search on Facebook. So thinking, I could do a story out of this. He actually had been fishing not too long ago with a charter boat out in out in California. But, there he is holding a nice puppy drum. That's
I saw that.
Yeah,
I saw
that's him, Ricky Henderson. But they said he was out there helping folks pull big drum in with his net. He had a real nice net out there, drop net on the pier. He's got his Hatteras Island fishing pier hat on, fish or go home with it on there.
That's cool. I like that.
Yep. So anyway, that's
of
pretty
course
cool.
Those who know me know that I'll be going home, not fishing.
No, she's not going fishing. Definitely not. Oh boy. All right. That's it for the shout outs. Let us thank some of our corporate champions here on the program, and that includes CMIT of the Outer Banks. Now, when it comes to managing your technology, CMIT knows it's important to have the right technology when it comes to managing your business, that is. That's why CMIT works to help businesses. Short for Completely Managed Information Technology, CMIT offers everything a business needs. Their services include tech support, computer and server security, cloud backup, secure Wi-Fi, business phones, and more. With CMIT's help, your technology will stay up and running. For more information, go to CMITOBX.com.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I jumped. That was me. I
was like, I have the number one
I
right
know.
here.
I had it totally in my head today was you. I don't know why I did that. So
would you like me to do mine now?
Yes, please do yours now. I was trying to find the graphic for it. I don't know what I've done with it. So all right.
So many times in the past, the rest of the state has sent people, equipment, and other assistance to the Outer Banks in northeastern North Carolina following a devastating storm. Now is our chance to return the favor. If you are looking to help the victims of Helene, a variety of groups around our area are continuing to collect items to be shipped to the mountains. Or consider a monetary donation to the Community Foundation of Western North Carolina Emergency and Disaster Response Fund. Contributions will help with immediate needs through nonprofits in the heart of the disaster area. Thanks to generous donors like you, the Community Foundation of Western North Carolina has been able to award $4 million in immediate grants. But so much more will be needed in the weeks, months, and years of recovery ahead. Make your donation now at cfwnc.org. That's cfwnc.org. And on that, I'd also like to say I've had several friends who in the last week have taken carloads and carloads, like to different churches and groups. And two separate friends who went, like they don't know each other, went to separate areas.
Right.
They were said, we've had a lot of people ask, can they make more donations to help for the next load? And the churches there that they were working with, have asked for monetary donations at this point that, they are kind of overrun with, supplies, and people now really need some help, like getting rent, figuring out what they're going to do. And so they were saying, so this was just two of my friends.
Yeah, that is why we've always pushed, if you want to make donations, the best way you can donate in a disaster is monetary donations that can go to a local group like the Community Foundation of Western North Carolina. Because what they will do is they direct funds to nonprofits that are directly in line, whether it's Man Food Bank, which is out there. Man, have you seen the music shows that are going to be coming up that's benefiting Manna? They push it to them. They push it to these small individual groups that have specific needs that they can identify. And one of those, like you said, is rent assistance, power, water. Think of it, interfaith community outreach here. The Outer Banks Relief Fund. when we had Irene, when we've had all the different storms we've had, we've always pushed to the Outer Banks Community Foundation because they do this. They will direct their funds. One of the things, and we always talked about this when we did our hurricane coverage for so long, is do not, for a disaster, give used clothes. That donation, it makes you feel good. I get it. But there is nowhere for that. There were warehouses from Katrina still full of used clothes that people donate all over the country, all over the world. That's, if you're going to make a donation, make a financial contribution. It's great that what happened in the immediate aftermath, we did that with the guys at Outer Banks Oil Company and what they did with Operation Airdrop, where they were taking stuff that needed to be needed right then.
Right, like water.
Dropping it with
diapers
the
and-
basics. Basic. Well, they weren't even taking water because it's the weight.
Mm.
But, they were flying that stuff into place because it could not be. It had to be helicoptered in because of the sheer devastation to the roads infrastructure in the western part of the state. Now things have gotten to a point where it's like they're pleading with people, stop sending clothes.
Right.
We cannot handle it. And like you said, the things, it really is the money, because then they can go and buy things that are needed.
Well, and it's even
Specific needs. Yeah.
Well, it's even just like even the food bank. Now we have the boxes, like we have the food boxes that people just go to and get, like, oh, I need a meal
Yeah,
tonight
the blessing
or whatever.
box. Yeah.
But the food bank prefers money donations because they can buy for pennies from the government. They can buy so much more what they need.
Right.
And even I think one of them, and I might have read this somewhere else, so it might not be one of my friends, but I think one person had even said, even things like socks and underwear, we can Hanes will give us a deal where we can buy, like, not trying to be funny, but they just said,
right,
if we have the money, we could give a gift card. Hey, here, go to Walmart.
Yeah.
Or, hey, we have a deal with Hanes who is going to let us buy thousands of pairs of socks or whatever.
A truckload of
I'm
socks.
Not,
Yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
trying to be funny. But anyway.
We're not. This is realistic. Or
even if it's a $5, $10, $20, it does not have to be $1,000, $100. Like even small donations, they do that. All adds up.
And then it's really cool some of the things that have come out of this here locally. And then we'll I think we'll stay in segment now. Okay, we'll push 3 back to the next break. Okay, let me go to the screen here because one of the stories that I did over the weekend was about someone who is going out to Western North Carolina to help with a unique way. And her name is Marsha Johnson. She lives in Kill Level Hills, and she has a giant iron pot. Did you see up on the screen? Well, I got to scroll down. Hang on, because I got the lower third in there. Anyway, that's her cooking on her iron pot. She is going out there basically for the next month. She's going to stay in Wilkesboro and then take her iron pot. She's already got donations from here. Tar Heel 2's chipped in. Tail of the Well Restaurant's chipped in. She is taking monetary donations, and she's going to go out there and cook Brunswick stew. She's already hooked up with a bunch of people out there. She's got a church out there she works through. She's going to camp up in Wilkesboro and then just drive. And she says she needs 3 days. She will go somewhere, cook, and she can cook and feed 200 people with that pot of Brunswick stew.
That's crazy.
I know. So it's really cool. Some of the things that people have done like that here.
I could do beef
Halloween.
and noodles.
Yes, you could. You could do beef and noodles. But she does it outside, builds the fire. It's kind of an all-day process, chops up everything, gets it all going. She can cook and have a hot meal for folks, in less than the day. So some of those are the stories that have come out of this whole thing with Helene. So anyway.
Good.
All right. Can I play the bumper? Because it's hard not to. So. What y'all don't realize sometimes that is to catch our breath.
Right.
Catch breath, checking phones, little things like
I
this.
know,
That little
I've
10
got-
seconds can make a huge difference in how a show goes. I got people messaging me as well during the show.
I mean, I know. I'm sorry.
That's okay. All right. Did we get to any? I mean, I know we got into the storm thing a little bit. Was there anything else we wanted to mention about that? I didn't know if we were in that process or since we
That's
were down
everything.
that hole. Okay. All right. State Fair. We talked about it last week that we were going to finally get away for a day, really, turn a day and a half with the grandkids and go to the North Carolina State Fair. And it was kind of an all-day, all-afternoon process to get there on Monday.
Well, no, that's not fair. That's not fair. It
No,
really wasn't.
We had things we had to do. That's what I meant.
felt like we got up, we voted, we went and did
Yeah.
a little bit of banking for Mom.
Yeah.
We came back, packed. I mean, we were packed in a half hour, got
Right.
on the road,
I mean, it was a one-night stay.
picked up Mr. Waylon
Yeah.
and kept on heading. And then we had to go to Target, and I had a doctor's appointment. And someone was a little hangry, so we had to go into Wawa.
Hey, I don't want to hear about the hangry thing because you were almost hangry on Tuesday. So, yeah.
You're the one who acted more hangry on Tuesday. But anyway.
Okay. All right.
But anyway, I didn't feel like we made. Well, no, that's not true. So we did this. I had a doctor's appointment. Sam dropped me off. Sam and Waylon dropped me off at the doctor's appointment. They went and got Harper. And y'all, when I came out of the doctor's appointment, I had to run to the car to get my trusty calendar to make my next appointment. And the kids are in the back seat, just talking to each other, doing their thing. And Sam is in the front seat, like sound asleep. I ran and got the calendar, went back in, came out, made my appointment, came back out, and we hit the road.
I was not asleep.
You were asleep. You were drooling.
Really?
Yes. Your mouth was open.
Wow. Okay.
You were out. The kids are just happy-go-lucky in the back seat.
It's been a long time since I'd done that. A long time
you were
since
out.
I've done that.
You were out.
The old school pickup, man. There was
Yes.
that 30 minutes. That's even 15 minutes. Oh, that was a recharge for the rest of the night.
That's what it was. So we get on the road. We get going. And you had to stop and go to the bathroom. We had gone into, I ran into TJ, and you had to stop and go to the bathroom. So then we are like, Harper, do you have to go to the bathroom? Waylon, no. We literally are 10 minutes onto the
deep East Lake on 64 because we went 64 because we were in Nags Head, so we went 64. This is deep East Lake after we had stopped at White's in Mans Harbor, and I'd said, anybody need to go to the bathroom? No. Oh, we are in East Lake.
And
we literally did Dare County mainland.
And Harper's in the back. She goes, I have to pee. And I was like, honey, you're going to have to wait. And like literally 1 minute later, I have to pee. And I was like, Sam, you're going to have to pull off the road here. 2-lane
64.
road.
Not Interstate 64, US 64.
So we pull over. I got her out because, of course, she's on the other side of the car. So I got her out.
Yeah.
And I brought her over to the side that's not on the road. And I had her pee, and then I was like trying to get a napkin and get everything straight. And I was like, Harper, just stand here. Do not move. I turned my back from it. With Harper, you got to like be on it. Mm-hmm. And she didn't move. But when I turned around, here was Harper literally with her thumb out. I swear 6 cars went by, and she's like hitchhiking. And I was like, oh, my God. So we get back in the car, keep traveling.
Amazingly, didn't get attacked by mosquitoes, alligators, or red wolves. So,
yeah. We did that, get back in the car.
The mosquito part was an upset because usually out there, if you even open a door in the late afternoon. Yeah.
So, yeah, we kept on going. Then we got to, you were so mad. We get just past... Literally, you said, could she not have said it like 1 second
We get
earlier?
on the flyover there at Williamston where you go from the 4-lane and you can duck into Bojangles right there or to the Trade Mart right there in Williamston.
We passed it.
On the flyover to go up and over and hit 70 miles an hour. We had a pee break again.
Harper literally said as soon as he like missed it, she goes, I have to pee again. I was like, oh my Lord.
No.
And Sam was like, 30 seconds more.
5 seconds earlier.
I mean, so anyway, so we did that. And then we made it on into Raleigh. Got to the hotel.
But we had that by way of old 64 because you're like, we really ought to feed the kids before we go. So we went to the Chick-fil-A in Nightdale down the old 64 with all the stoplights and all that. And it was like, okay. Well, we got to Raleigh by 7. Got to the hotel by 7. The 4 Points by Sheraton Raleigh Arena. It's a basic hotel, 3-floor. I mean, it's nothing fancy. It's right there, literally at the corner of Trinity and Edwards Mill. You're right across from Lenovo Center and right across from Carter Finley Stadium, and just up the street. You walk up the hill, up the steep hill on Trinity with no lights. Then
And
you
a
work on
wagon
that.
with 2 kids in it.
Yeah, to the state fairgrounds. Thankfully, by about 5 years, that's going to be totally redeveloped. That whole thing, they're going to hotels and all that stuff. It's going to be nice. And they've done it 20 years ago when they had the chance, but there's a certain athletic director at NC State that didn't want them to do it. Anyway, so we trekked up Trinity Road and went to the state fair. I would pull pictures and all that stuff. We don't have a lot that's posted on the socials right now. I guess we do have a couple because we're going to do a SAM
And
on the road that'll run this weekend. Showing all the sights and sounds and smells and foods. Can we, if we could incorporate smell-o-vision in there, I would.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's
it
a
was a lot
state
of fun.
fair. There's all kinds of great smells from the state fair.
The kids had fun and rode some ride. We didn't overdo it. Like at one point, we'd only been there like an hour and a half at the most. And Waylon's like, "Can we go back to the hotel?" And we're like, I looked at Sam and he's like, and I was like, "Yes,
Yeah.
we're gonna go back." Like I was proud of us. I think that
Mhm.
even on the next day when we went, and we thought we were gonna stay till 4 and see
Right, yeah.
my friend's daughter do the lamb or goat. I don't know which one it
Yeah.
was, but
Livestock.
we were gonna go do her livestock at 4 and then leave. But at 2:00, Waylon's like, "Can we go back to the car now?" And Harper we could tell she wasn't having a fit, but we
Yeah.
could tell. And I was like, we looked at each other and we were like, we need to listen to them. I was proud of us because we didn't try to push.
Right.
Well, we did stop and get our scallops on the way out and took an extra half hour kind of
Yeah.
just sitting by the water. But I mean, the kids were able to run and
Yeah, I
kinda
mean,
play
I
and-
mean, Monday. Well, you've skipped over a little bit.
well, I don't want to, you said you're going to do it on the road.
Well,
so
we're
I
not
wasn't
going to
gonna
do on
go
the
into a
road
whole
about
lot.
the hotel and all that stuff. Then after we went, we can describe it. I just wasn't going to go like heavy into the stuff that we'll have in the video. But yeah, we Monday night we went. It was kind of an idea. We're going to go up there early enough. The state fair's open until 11. We did get a former state highway patrolman who had an Elizabeth City police jacket on. Kind of, y'all out here pretty late. And it was only like 7:30.
No, it was about
8
8.
o'clock. The fair's open till 11. Like, yeah, it's we were going to get a couple hours in, get the rides. We were going to get the rides out of the way because, I mean, there's nothing like the state fair midway at night.
I kept calling it the fairway.
Yes, she did. This is not golf. She kept calling it the fairway. That was funny. But yeah, the kids getting the experience of midway at night. I mean, I talked about how special Disney is at night. The state fair at night is pretty special. I mean, that's one of those childhood memories I have going in 1981. So I was 8 the first time I went. Got to see Carolina beat State. Kelvin Bryant ran all over State that day. And so anyway, so we took him that night, rode a couple of rides. We got these annoying Pikachu barking and a Rocky Paw Patrol, these little animals that are battery operated. Bark, bark, bark. I had to listen to that the whole time. That was pretty funny.
No, we got those towards the end, so it wasn't the whole time. but-
Yeah, we did. That's true. Waylon had his first, I don't know, Harper is fearless.
She's
Definitely has no fear whatsoever. Took off on this one thing. It's a ziggurat. And Emily, you don't remember your Babylonian history, what a ziggurat is?
Nope. But anyway, keep
the
on
Hanging
moving.
Gardens of Babylon, the ziggurat. It's this thing. Basically, it's a kid's thing where you run up and it's got like those hanging walkway thing. It's enclosed. It's all safe for the little ones. Harper takes right off across it. She had a little tentative. She took off. Waylon got a little freaked out because some bigger kids went across and it really started shaking. He had to come out. She finished the whole thing, wanted to do it again. Let's see, did that, rode a roller coaster. Anyway, we did all the state fair rides that the little ones can do. Just about most of them. Let's see. Food-wise, on Monday night, we had slice pizza. We had
the right kind of pizza.
the New York style. We got some Howlin' Cow, which is NC State's ice cream that the students make.
You got a red hot dog.
I got myself a Bright Leaf hot dog. And then we got to see the fireworks on the way out because we parked where we were at, staying down on Trinity Road, we went in and out of Gate 8, which is down by the horse complex, and it's again right across from the football center in Carter Finley. Great spot to walk in and out. The parking out there is free. We, again, stay at the hotel. So we got to walk by where the fireworks are going on. So we got to get the full, I mean, literally, we were under the fireworks. I mean, Disney fireworks, you seem like you're close. You really aren't that close.
Well, you don't see the smoke like that. You have to go like this to see.
No, because there was like no
smoke.
wind, but we were like literally underneath the fireworks. Like they shoot them out there in a little lake down on the west end of the property. And we walked out. I mean, we were literally underneath the finale. Yeah. Part of the finale.
It was very loud.
It was loud.
Yeah.
But did that. Went back to the hotel. I had work to do. The kids were up very late.
12:30. We got back about 10:30.
Yeah.
I was like, put on their little matching the Halloween pajamas. I got them. You put on Paw Patrol, and I thought they would fall asleep. And
I fell asleep at the end of it.
Dogs barked. Harper probably would still be up if she could have been. Like I mean,
as soon as it went off, she was out. Waylon was out before that, but she waited till it was over, and then she was like out.
Yeah.
Then it's 6 a.m. So I think I finished doing.
You came to bed at 2.
The morning update. I was done with the morning update at 2. Came to bed at 2, and then whoever stayed in the room before us had left the alarm clock on at 6 a.m. And I could not figure out how to turn that sucker off. And everybody was awakened by that alarm clock. And then we found out.
It just went downhill for a little bit.
Downhill from there. So I think Harper had about 4. We all had about. I had 4 hours sleep. Harper had about 3, about 5. Waylon maybe 6.
Waylon did try to go back to sleep. He kept closing his eyes and pretending. And Harper's like, "Way, are you awake? Are you asleep? Way." And I was like, "I give up. No one's sleeping." And then while we were getting ready, though, Harper falls asleep on a mound of blankets and stuff on the floor. She's dead asleep.
Out. It's like, we're going to.
That was at like 9:30.
9:30. We're going to go to State Fair. It opens at 10. We're going to be there at opening.
We did good. We were there
We
by
did great.
10:30.
10:30. We ended up driving and parking over in the east lot at Lenovo Center in the media lot, and walked over. Well, it was just, we felt like it would be a little easier instead of having to trudge down that steep hill and up that hill going to the State Fair and back to the hotel. We probably were about the same distance if you think about it.
It does feel like we parked way.
Oh, I know, but so went back, did a couple more rides. Because we were like, that wasn't the thing. We were going to do the educational stuff during the day, the rides at night. But
when we left, they saw the monster trucks.
Yeah, so we were
and they wanted to do
trucks
the night before,
which they loved. Got to ride the hell out of spinning the crazy chopper. You rode that with
It just went around in circles, y'all. I had a headache when I got out of that. But anyway,
got into the food. We got ribs. We got chicken. We got noodles. We had chicken tenders.
We got the scallops.
We got more bright leaf. More. We didn't get ice cream. We got the donuts. Oh, the donuts. We got to forget about the donuts.
Yeah.
Which the pink lemonade donut you were a little disappointed by.
Yeah, it just didn't have enough flavor for me.
Right. We did see the $67 king crab pop. Yes, I said $67 Alaskan king crab pot, which it's fried king crab, which totally would be no. For $67, definitely no.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked impressive. Don't lie. I'm not gonna lie. It looked impressive, but $67.
Yeah.
I mean, turkey legs are $18. And
were they?
Yeah, turkey legs $18.
Wow.
Food Line another $11. You get a whole turkey.
I mean, we are complaining about grocery prices these days.
The state you're in, that Facebook account, that's where you saw some of the stuff. I remember you mentioned something you'd seen. They had posted that today about the $18 turkey legs. Yeah. And then $11 more, you get the whole turkey at Food Line next week.
Yeah. So we did run into Mary Kate.
Yeah, so we're walking back up right by where Hal and Cal is. And Hal and Cal, of course, several students. Mary Kate Morgan, who is one of our listeners here on the podcast, grew up here in Currituck, same class as James. Grew up in Shawborough. She is now a professor and advisor out at NC State. Mm-hmm. And so
her husband Amos was there. So
got to meet him. Do you want to tell about the celebrity sighting that you had? So hang on. We'll get to that in a second, but we got to see the animals. We got to see the big pumpkins and all that stuff. We got some Howlin' Cow milk. I did get that. Did get our Bass Knights Lone Cedar bacon wrapped scallops, which normally is breakfast, but because of the way we went in, we didn't go by there, so it was the final item on the way out. But you did see a celebrity.
I did. I was very, very excited. We're walking into
the Jim Graham building, which is where all the animals are.
And we were coming in the back way.
Where the steer showing takes place.
So there wasn't anything going on there.
Right.
So there weren't very many people. I mean, there were a couple of booths set up farther in, but there weren't very many people at all. And I just looked. A lady and her daughter. The daughter's pushing a stroller. There's maybe a 2 or 3 year old little boy beside of him. I can't remember if there was a third child or not, but I remember those two. And I see obviously the mom and the daughter talking as they're on, and they're smiling and they're laughing and they just seem to be having fun. And I'm like, oh my God, that is Janelle. That is Janelle. And it was
who?
Sam's. And I didn't say anything at the moment, but as soon as we passed him, I was like, do you know who that was? Do you know who that was? And Sam's like, no. I'm like, I was so like I couldn't even get my words out. And it was Janelle from Sister Wives. And I was like, she's married. There's all these wives. I couldn't even get Sister Wives out. And I don't know. I followed Sister Wives like the first season or two. The thing that I know is I always liked Janelle from the start. She was kind of my pick of my favorite, I guess, if you're going to have it. And Janelle also, the show, I think everyone except for the last wife has left Cody, and they've all kind of moved on to their own lives. And I knew that Janelle had a daughter that lived I think she lives in Greensboro.
I'm trying to find a decent picture. These are some bad pictures in all the tabloids.
But recently, and within the last year, so I'm not trying to make it a downer moment by any means, but what instantly struck through my head was in the last year, she had her one son committed suicide.
Right.
And I remember just in that instant, and it was just yesterday, so ask me next week and I probably won't remember this, but I remember thinking, that's Janelle, and look how happy she looks. And then I thought, I want her to know another mom gets her pain. And I don't pretend to get the pain of, I don't, anyone who loses a child, I understand it on a certain level. We all lost our children differently. Mm-hmm. So, and I almost wanted to just go hug her and say from one mom who's lost a son to another, but I didn't, obviously. I just kind of looked and kept going, because then my next thought was, she looks so happy. There's no need to bring that into her thought process right now. You know what I mean?
Because you don't know how
it will affect.
You don't know how they'll take it, because, I mean, it's like my green toenails. That's an opportunity to talk about Jonathan.
Right.
I would, anytime, that's part of the reason I did it, is because it's an opportunity to share him, even if it's sharing his story in the negative way about, he passed away 5 years ago. But, and then, you can get in that conversation, but you never know when you're going to meet another parent who has lost someone. I had that experience. Go ahead. I was going to say, you finished that part, because I can say I had an experience like that a couple of weeks ago.
So anyway, this all happened, by the way, in 30 seconds. Like, it wasn't a fast passing, because they were kind of had a stroller and a kid, and we had a wagon and two kids. So it wasn't like, and there was nobody around. It wasn't crowds. Although behind her, not too far behind her, but there was like another lady behind her, and we made eye contact too, and we're like, oh my gosh, do you know who that is?
That. Did you know that? Yeah.
But the other lady was respectful too, because one, I've always thought that about celebrities in public. I'm like, they want to have some kind of a normal life. So I've always felt that way. Like, as much as I joke about, oh my gosh, and I do, like, even honestly, I can say this with about 90% accuracy. That if I saw Taylor Swift, I would be like, that's cool, that's Taylor Swift, but I need to let her have her moment where she is. Yeah. Like, I feel like they deserve that. So, and Janelle is a celebrity, but she's like a B, C, D celebrity. She's just TV, like a reality TV celebrity. Yeah, I know. But I mean, she still has put her life out there, and she has done that. Yeah. And
to a much, much, much lesser extent.
Right.
We get that sometimes.
Sam Walker.
Very little, but it does happen. It does happen.
Okay, so we're gonna move on that comment.
I'm not.
I mean,
it
I
does
get
happen.
it. People say, "Hey, yeah," but I'm just saying
Right.
no.
Yeah.
But so y'all, I'm not trying to make this about what I've gone through with Jonathan Wood, but it was just like my first instinct when I was like, "That's Janelle. I want her to know another mom feels it." And then I was like,
Yeah.
"But she seems so happy right now." And then I was like, thank God she's enjoying the day at the fair. And I
Right.
was very happy to see that there weren't
Yeah.
like people. I don't know what the rest of the day at the fair looked like for
Right.
her. But in that moment,
Yeah.
I was like, she just looked content. Her daughter looked content. And I was just like, as we walked away, I was like, oh, I hope the rest of her day goes as good as it seems like that moment was. So anyway, y'all
Guess
don't
what
laugh
picture
at
I
me.
found?
What?
It was from January when she's out in front of Cinderella's castle in the rain in a poncho.
There you go. She's our kind of people, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone said when I posted that on Facebook, someone said they thought she had bought a flower farm somewhere in North Carolina.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense
So-
why she would there.
So I would definitely go buy flowers.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, I just it was kind of cool.
Right.
It was kind of cool. But then we saw Mary Kate later, and that was way more cooler.
Yeah,
So anyway,
exactly. Yeah.
Anyway, so
Right.
but people are people, and they get to go enjoy state fairs like
Yeah.
everyone else.
All right. That's right.
I would like to mention I've never been to an Ohio State Fair ever.
Do you even know where and when it is?
It's in Columbus. They have fairgrounds up there.
But isn't it like the Midwest fairs are like in July?
Yeah, that's what a lot of
It's
people
crazy.
were saying. They're like, it's so hot. Now, on my bucket list is the Iowa State Fair, and only for food. Like, their
Yeah.
food is freaking. I got so obsessed with
Right.
TikToks and then
Yeah.
Facebooks and stuff about the Iowa State Fair.
Uh-huh.
No, was it Iowa or was it Minnesota?
No, Minnesota. It was Minnesota.
It was
I mean,
Minnesota.
Iowa. I hear about it because that station I listen to in Iowa City. But
It was
yeah.
Minnesota.
The
It was
Minnesota
the Minnesota
State
State
Fair,
Fair.
yeah.
I so want to go to the Minnesota State Fair.
Iowa State Fair is where they had the Caitlin Clark made out of butter.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Actually, her
Did
skin,
what- last year-
is just as like
Last year's they said didn't look all that great. This year's was much better.
better.
But yeah, Minnesota State Fair I've heard good things about.
It's the Minnesota, and I'm all in for and they're like you need 3 days to do all the food and beer
Well,
and drinks. So I'm all
Everybody
in.
says though the Texas State Fair is the one you have to go to.
Mhm.
That one I've heard that one's because that's where the deep fried Oreo, the deep fried everything. It's where it started. Now we have and we did not get the one thing we did not regretfully get was the cheer wine.
They don't have it anymore.
They didn't have the what?
No, they don't have it anymore. It was just that one
Oh
year.
man, because that
Yeah.
was so good. The cheer wine
Funnel cake.
funnel cake. We didn't even get a funnel cake this time.
We talked about.
We
it.
talked about it, but the deep fried food started at the Texas State Fair and then has made their way out.
Gotcha.
So like anybody comes up, usually it's there, but now everywhere it's like they're gonna deep fry everything. I'm sure the Virginia State Fair might try deep fried Duke's mayo.
Now,
since it's a Virginia thing.
I did notice last year, and we thought it was the same donut place. We went back to that donut place.
Yeah, so we went to
Fluffy's is
Fluffy's
is where we got the donuts.
Yeah, Fluffy's is where we got the donut that was the pink lemonade donut. But the really good donut last time we went, which was the coconut
cream pie. Well, we ended up not really loving it as much as we thought we would.
That's true, but it was still the donuts were great.
So we went there thinking that was the donut place, and it wasn't. And I noticed last year they had several, like they had the coconut cream one. They had like 2 or 3 that were like an apple one, like an apple pie one. I think they only had
Regular
donuts.
They
But-
did not have Peachy's Baking
Yes.
Company. Peachy's Baking Company is the one.
But they had a line that was probably a good 20-minute wait
Yeah,
for
there
those
was.
for those
Which
donuts.
was what it was last time. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the Amish donut
So,
people.
yeah.
Yeah, it's called.
So I think they
Peachy's.
probably decided it was too much. Like last year, what I think my complaint was the coconut, the custard filling part was
Yeah.
still kind of warm. It wasn't cool like a,
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, but we had fun. We had a good time.
We had a great
and the
time.
kids were like literally asleep before we got out of the parking lot. Like
I'll
we
get that
weren't a
picture.
quarter of a mile down the road.
We went to go to the breeze through at the corner of Trinity and Edwards Mill, and to get gas and snacks and water and all for
'Cause
the
we hadn't
drive
eaten
home.
enough.
We hadn't eaten enough, but got to have the water to flush the system here. And we got out of the parking lot. I mean, literally coming out of the parking lot by PNC Arena, and that's what we had in the back of the Volvo.
They were out.
They were out.
And Waylon slept all the way to Camden, and
Yeah.
Harper slept to Edenton.
Yeah.
And then she woke up crying. She wanted the monster trucks, not to ride them. She didn't understand why we didn't buy her
We didn't
the
buy
monster
her a
truck.
monster truck to drive home. Well, she's got one. You know what? We'll let her walk across the street and ask Dennis.
Yeah,
Maybe
we
he'll
should
build her
ask
one.
Dennis. Maybe she could be like a commercial for him,
I
like
know.
put him up there and drive.
Yeah, maybe Dennis will do one for her.
We should tell him about that. They just were a trip. I
Oh,
was
my
like,
gosh.
so anyway, so we had a great time.
We
great
did.
time.
We did. All right, let's thank some corporate champions because we're already at 54 here.
Oh, let's do it.
All right.
Toyota Taller.
Yes, you need to thank Toyota. Let me get Toyota's graphic up
And
here.
I just on a personal note, I will add, because I'm all personal today.
Yeah, you are.
Sam and I, we all know a couple months ago, we worked with Toyota for 4 weeks.
Right.
And at the end of it, Toyota was like, you may want to like delve a little bit deeper, Emily, and go maybe do a little bit of therapy on some of the things or whatever. And anyway, so fine. I took her advice the next day. I rolled with it, knowing that if I waited, I would probably not do it. And so Monday, one of the reasons we had to wait to leave is I had followed Toyota's advice, and I found a therapist at the beach. So I went in with my to-do list, and I said, please don't judge me. And so I had about 5 or 6 things on there. And anyway, I don't know that everyone wants to know I'm in therapy, but I'm going to start and do a little bit. So we'll see. Hopefully that doesn't turn people off, but
Why would it?
it is what it is. So my point to this before I do this commercial,
Yeah.
Toyota, I think, has made a big impact on you
Yeah.
and the business.
Yes.
And she helped us. But some of the things that are kind of holding me back from staying organized or keeping up on stuff, she thought maybe I could work through. So anyway, I think has had a big impact on me. So making me follow through.
Side note. What you just did, that's like the perfect podcast commercial. It's all the podcast consultants say what you just did. That's how we do the commercials. Give all our info, and then we'll get on out, because those are like the best. Those more impactful commercials.
So are you ready to rise above the competition and lead with confidence, influence, and vision? Toyota Taller offers one-on-one coaching to become the best version of yourself, so that no matter what happens on the outside, you become unshakable on the inside. Toyota has been guiding Sam through the journey of creating Sam Walker OBX News, avoiding the pitfall startup space while keeping him focused on being the best reporter and entrepreneur that he can be. Whether you're a business person, a leader, or a rising leader, you're invited to have a conversation with Toyota to see if you're the type of person she can empower to go to the next level, whatever that looks like for you. Don't wait. Schedule your 30-minute clarity call today and learn more about Toyota at toyotataller.com. That's TEUTATOWLER.com. Success starts with effective leadership, and that starts with Toyota's leadership coaching.
Okay, more coming up. Ready to dive into something new? Caribbean Pools and Spas, the official pool and spa service company of the Sam and M podcast, is already getting ready for the 2025 season. Caribbean Pools and Spas is looking for dedicated individuals who enjoy being outdoors and want to create unforgettable experiences for our customers. With outstanding pay, instant incentives, flexible weekly schedules, hands-on training, and full support from the great Caribbean Pools and Spas management team that will back you up. If you have a pool and spa at your home or your vacation rental, or are ready to add one this off-season, Caribbean Pools and Spas is already signing up customers for service next year. And they can design and install the custom pool and spa you've been dreaming of, from Corolla to South Nags Head and everywhere in between. Call today, 252-480-2900. That's 252-480-2900. Or visit CaribbeanOBX.com. Whether you're an experienced pro or just starting out, Caribbean is the best pool and spa service company to work for and work with on the Outer Banks. I should know. I work for them too and love it. Join our team and make a splash with the official pool and spa service company of the Sam and M podcast, Caribbean Pools and Spas. All right. M?
All righty. So thanks to Harlow Photography. Another season of school sports is here, and it's the perfect time to have Harlow Photography catch your athlete in action. Whether it's game day shots on the field or court, or a custom session that's literally lit with fire, Stephanie Harlow is Stephanie Harlow at Harlow Photography will capture memories that will last a lifetime. Or maybe you want to take advantage of the beautiful autumn scenery for a fall photo shoot with Stephanie. The holidays will be here before you know it, and Harlow Photography can help create the perfect family Christmas card that will be the envy of all your friends. Book your session today with Harlow Photography at sharlowphotography.com and like Stephanie Harlow photos on Facebook. And right now, she's like into bread making, and it looks really good.
Oh, yeah, I know. I noticed that
mean,
today. That was
really
some good looking stuff there. All right. Let's see. Also, thank you to Coin Jock Catering Company. And they're looking for you, if you're looking, rather, looking for you to elevate that next event that you have coming up. From ordinary to extraordinary, then look no further than Coin Jock Catering Company. Corporate luncheons, wedding receptions, family reunions, holiday parties, any special occasion. They'll come to you with the on-site or drop-off catering, and you can hold your special event at the Coin Jock Catering Company's waterfront venue. Plus, the Coin Jock Catering food trucks, they're going to be out and about even more here in the off-season with their one-of-kind creations like the Redneck Egg Roll, the Brisket Nachos, Bang Bang Trip, and all from their mobile kitchen when they pop up throughout the area. And, of course, you find them at Morris Farm Market in Barco weekends from 11 to 5:30. Of course, that's winding down now with the season winding up at Morris Farm. Book the Coin Jock Catering Company now for your next event or employment opportunities. Call Louie and David at 704-502-8070 and like their Facebook page to find out their daily specials, locations, and more information. You go ahead and grab Robert real quick, and then we'll, because we're running out of time here, okay?
Thanks to Miles Carpet Cleaning, it's spooky season, and those carpets, rugs, and upholstery have got you spooked with how scary they look. Now's the time to call Miles Carpet Cleaning and get it all looking and smelling fresh and new again. Serving Currituck and the Outer Banks, the Miles Carpet Cleaning family has been cleaning things up on both sides of the water for the last 8 years. Call now and get the Miles Carpet Cleaning Halloween special. 3 rooms and a hallway cleaned, plus deodorizer, all for just $99. That's right, get those carpets clean for just $99. Call now, 252-207-6707, and find more great offers by following Miles Carpet Cleaning on Facebook. Robert Miles and his family will take care of you like you're one of the family. Forget the rest, call the best. Miles Carpet Cleaning, 252-207-6707. That's 252-207-6707.
And also want to say thanks to Sanctuary Vineyards as they round out the fall season with the Big Curry Shuck All-You-Can-Eat Oyster Festival on Saturday, November 30th. Enjoy all-you-can-eat steamed oysters, crabs, barbecue, sides, local wines, hay rides, live music, and more. Get those over 20 wines to sample with your own signature Curry Shuck glass. Wide selection of local beers, plus, again, I said, live music. Tickets on sale now, $60 for the adults, $30 for the kids. Corporate 10-packs available for $500. We're going to be giving away tickets here on the Sam and M podcast. We will have the details next week because we want to give them away by the first, next week is the 1st of November. I just realized that.
All right, so next week we are just going to, Halloween special, we're just going to pull out names.
We want to go ahead and give them away next week?
Didn't you say it's next weekend?
No, it's not till November 30th. I was saying next week we will have the full details. We want to have time to build up.
Right, okay.
But, I mean, if you want to do that, we could do a surprise drawing next week, a Halloween special.
We could do one drawing.
Okay.
We could do a drawing every week.
We could do a drawing every week.
See, we were supposed to, workshop this all the way to Raleigh and back, but we didn't.
No, we didn't.
All right, next week we'll have the details, but there may be a drawing next week for one pair of tickets.
Okay. Join Sanctuary Vineyards for the Jam, too. Open mic Sundays coming up on Sunday, November 3rd. Adam Nixon from 2 to 5 rolls out the guitar, bass, and hand drum provided. Just bring your talent, come for the music, stay for the fun. The Big Curry Shuck, Thanksgiving weekend, Saturday, November 30th, 11:30 to 4:30 at Sanctuary Vineyards in Jarvisburg. Get your tickets now at sanctuaryvineyards.com. And finally,
that music's loud.
Was that one loud?
That one was loud.
Okay. Well, next week you're going to have headphone mixer. You'll be able to control your own headphones, so you won't have to listen to it as much. So I can at least get them to where I can hear them and you can hear them, and I'm not straining my voice. If you missed getting a thorough update of today's local headlines on your radio, now we've got you covered. Sign up as a founder and have the Sam Walker OBX News morning update delivered directly to your email and device every weekday morning, including now on your favorite podcast platform.
Oh, I didn't know that
Yeah,
part.
I know. It kind of came out of nowhere, and I checked it, and I was like, holy cow, all of them are there. And anyway, they're behind the paywall, too. So you have to be a founder to listen to them.
Oh, cool.
Every weekday morning, the morning update brings you the latest local news, sports, and weather coverage you can really count on. And it costs less than a cup of coffee or energy drink a week. Or sign up as an annual founder and get 10% off. Sign up now as a founder for the morning update and more at samwalkerobxnews.com.
I feel targeted.
What? No,
My energy drink.
because not everybody
my
drinks
Celsius.
coffee anymore, and energy drinks can cost as much. I mean, seriously, if you buy 4 energy drinks, you buy 4 energy drinks in a month, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You're still going to get, that's going to cost more than what it costs to be a founder.
I am
at
fully aware.
SamWalkerOBXNews.com.
I am fully aware.
Let's go for a run.
All right. Shall we just go through quickly on these?
Yeah, just do the
annual Dare to Scare 5K and Sweet Treat Fun Run is this Saturday, October 26th. To get more information, darenc.gov/5K.
OBX Running Company with a Tipsy Turkey 1 mile beer run on Wednesday, November 27th at Outer Banks Brewing Station, starting at 11 a.m. Go ahead.
The Thanksgiving Day 5K.
Yep.
In Corolla, did we decide? Are we doing that?
Oh, well, we're going to have to decide because there are 2 we can do. You got the 5K and the 1 miler in Corolla.
And so that one is, 5K and 1 miler. And that one is the OBXRunningCompany.com.
Town Bank Outer Banks Half Marathon. That's coming up in 2 weeks. The half this year, no marathon, just the half, the 8K, 5K, and fun run, November 8th through 10th. OBXSE.com.
Barrier Island Group running club teaming with Barrier Island Group for this year's OBX. Outer Banks Running Club is teaming with Barrier Island Group for this year's OBX Gobbler 5K and fun run on Thanksgiving Day in the village of Nags Head. That 5K starts at 8 a.m., followed by the fun run at 9 a.m.
We ran that one a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the second annual Holiday Hustle 5K, that's Saturday, December 7th at Fort Raleigh National Historic Site and the Elizabethan Gardens. Details on both those races, BarrierIslandGroup.com.
And then you have the Coast Guard Marathon. It's the 5th annual Coast Guard Marathon in Elizabeth City, coming up on March 7th through the 9th. They have a full, a half, a 5K, kids 1K fun run, plus 5K half combo, 5K full, junior. There's bunches of options. There's also the Coast Guard 5Ks in Charleston, Boston, Long Beach, California, Alameda, California, Kodiak, Alaska, Honolulu, Guam, and Bahrain. That will take place between January and May. Get all the info at coastguardmarathon.com.
All right, some of the stuff we got for you at samwalkerobxnews.com. Right in the middle of the 13 days and nights of spooky season fun, the Downtown Mania Social District Halloween Island runs through Halloween.
Bunch of my girlfriends and I have rented a place Saturday night, and we are going down. Gino say, be ready. We're going to go down there, probably start around 4 or so.
You're going to be able to do all of them.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we're going to try.
All right. Yep.
So, anyway, then the 2024 Wings Over Water Wildlife Festival is underway through this weekend with a special encore weekend on December 6th through the 8th. The main session in October features more than 60 birding, paddling, art, natural history, and photography programs.
The Outer Banks Hotline has their second annual Dogs Against Domestic Violence. It's a family-friendly community awareness event this Saturday from 11 to 3 at Dowdy Park in Nags Head.
The 12th annual Wooden Boat Show is Saturday, October 26th on the Manio waterfront. It's a family-free. It is free and family-friendly. I cannot read tonight. Event featuring wooden boats from all over the region.
There's so much going on Roanoke Island on Saturday. You don't have to really leave. Island Farm, they got the 13th annual Pumpkin Patch event. The final edition for this year is Saturday from 9 to 3. And then you head up to the on up the island a little bit.
And you've got the Elizabethan Gardens annual A night of 1587 pumpkins is set for Saturday, October 26th from 5 to 8 with trick-or-treating, scream contests, costume contests, and of course, pumpkins. Carved pumpkins donated by the community and the Elizabethan Gardens are illuminated with a goal of lighting 1,587 pumpkins. Attendees, is that right?
Yeah.
Attendees are invited to bring their own carved pumpkins and encouraged to come in costume and enjoy the festivities.
Those of you listening here on Thursday and Friday, you can go up there tonight, Thursday and Friday evening and drop off, or Thursday and Friday and drop off pumpkins that you've carved to contribute. 11th Annual Outer Banks Halloween Parade of Costumes. That's at Aviation Park in Killable Hills coming up on Sunday the 27th.
College of the Albemarle Dares October Art Exhibition. RE Sound, a collective art experience, opens with a reception on Monday, October 28th from 3 to 4:30 and will be on display through November 14th. And then travel to Elizabeth City for First Friday at Arts of the Albemarle on December 6th.
Read that one more time. Resound. That's what it's called. Resound, not RE Sound. Resound.
Resound. Sorry.
That's all right. This Wednesday the 30th, 4 Hatter Asylum museums are teaming up for a myth-filled and scary ride. Graveyard Atlantic Museum, Chickamaucomico Life Saving Station, the Frisco Native American Museum, and the Lost Colony Museum in Buxton, sharing tales full of mystery. Now, this is a daytime event, so keep that in mind for the Halloween Mystery Tour.
Let's see if I can do one sentence.
Okay.
Blackbeard's Pirate Jamboree invades Ocracoke Island on November 1st and 2nd.
2020. Good job. 2024 Outer Banks Environmental Film Festival taking place at Dare Arts in Manio, November 1st through 3rd, organized by the Peace Garden Project. Of course, it's debuting on First Friday in downtown Manio. It's the Peace Garden Project. That's a gardening and food justice initiative based here on the Outer Banks.
Currituck Bowls and Barbecue, Saturday, November 9th at the Currituck County Rural Center in Powell's Point. People's Choice Barbecue Competition starts at noon. Tickets are $10, limited available online and at the event. The rodeo starts at 3 but is sold out. So visit currituck.com.
All right, we've got details coming up this weekend about the Misfit Bars of Christmas. It's the dozen restaurants are teaming up to benefit the Outer Banks Relief Foundation. That's going to run on the Tuesday of Thanksgiving week through New Year's Eve. Got a story about that running this weekend. Now, the 12 Bars of Christmas, that's the OG. Of course, benefiting specific nonprofits. Each location, they open on Friday of Thanksgiving weekend. We'll have something about that coming up as well at Sam Walker, OBXnews.com. There was one thing we didn't mention. We didn't even get into the fact. I'd love to do the Magic Kingdom thing. But to close out the whole thing with the State Fair, the one thing we learned from this trip. What is the one thing? Are we
going to admit it publicly?
Admit it. We got to. We were supposed to be at Walt Disney World right now with the grandkids this week. Just the two of us.
It's been a little bit of a hoopla, but if my children are listening.
They don't listen.
They don't. Our children were right. Sam and I looked at each other after 5 hours total at the fair. But I mean, we were with them the whole time. The truth of the matter, we could not have handled them at Disney for 3 or 4 days. It's just the truth of the matter. Yeah. Everything worked out how it was supposed to.
Right.
So we humbly say that we were wrong.
We were wrong. It would have been too much this trip. This age, I think.
Yes, but we will not. Hopefully, they'll never hear this. So don't tell them that we said they were right and we were wrong. Yeah. No, I did tell Caroline. But anyway, yes, it worked out perfect. The State Fair was a good way to dip our toes into the water and see. And it's not that they were bad. I mean, really, they weren't. They were in the store, but it was a lot.
Yeah. Well, the lack of sleep didn't help. That whole sleep debacle. All right.
So our kids were right. We were wrong.
Yeah. Thanks to CoinJock Catering Company, Miles Carpet Cleaning, Harlow Photography, Caribbean Pools and Spas, CMIT Solutions, the Outer Banks, ToyotaTower.com, and Sanctuary Vineyards, Currituck 2024. Like, share, follow, subscribe, hit that bell. Find us on your favorite podcast app, YouTube, Facebook, 5 stars. Interact with us. Give us your thoughts, topics, future episodes. Sam Walker, OBXnews@gmail.com or DM us on the socials. See you next time on the Sam
and M
podcast. Bye.
Bye, y'all.